morning, children. Today we're going to be reading The World of Narnia. Lucy Steps Through the Wardrobe, adapted from the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. This is for ages 5 through 7, but anybody can read it. In Memory of C.S. Lewis by D.M. Once there were 4 children living in London whose names were Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy. During the Second World War, because of the air raids, they were sent far away into the country to stay with the house of Professor Kirk. This story is about their adventure there. The first morning, the children decided to explore the house. It was a very large house, the kind you never seem to come to the end of, and it was full of unexpected places. One room had a suit of armor in it. Another was all in green and had a harp in the corner. And one room was entirely empty except for a big wardrobe with a looking glass on the door. "Nothing there," said Peter, and they all trooped out again. All except Lucy. She wanted to see what was inside the wardrobe, so she opened the door and stepped in. She left the door open, of course, but she knew it was foolish to shut oneself in the wardrobe. As she pushed aside the coats, she felt something cold and crunchy on her feet, and something cold and soft on her head. "This is very odd," she thought. Then she felt something hard and rough against her face. "Why is it just like branches of trees?" exclaimed Lucy. A moment later, she found that she was standing in the middle of a wood at night time with snow under her feet and snowflakes falling through the air. Over her shoulder, Lucy could see the open doorway of the wardrobe and a glimpse of the empty room she had come from. Ahead of her, between the dark tree trunks, she could see a bright light shining far off in the forest. "I can always go back if anything goes wrong," thought Lucy. She began to walk, crunch, crunch, over the snow toward the light. When Lucy reached the light, she found it was a lamppost. As she stood wondering what a lamppost was doing in the middle of a wood, she heard a pitter-patter of feet coming toward her. Suddenly, a very strange person stepped out from among the trees. From the waist upward, he was like a man, but his legs were shaped like a goat's, and he had hooves instead of feet. He was a fawn. "Goodness gracious me!" exclaimed the fawn when he saw Lucy. "Good evening," said Lucy. "Good evening," said the fawn, giving her a little bow. "Excuse me, I don't mean to be rude, but are you a daughter of Eve?" "My name is Lucy," said Lucy, a little puzzled. "But are you a girl?" asked the fawn. "A human girl? Of course I am," replied Lucy, thinking his questions were very strange. "I have never seen a son of Adam or a daughter of Eve before," said the fawn. "I am delighted to meet you. My name is Thomas." "I am very pleased to meet you, Mr. Thomas," said Lucy. "And may I ask, oh, Lucy, darling of Eve," said Mr. Thomas, how have you come to Narnia?" "Narnia? What is Narnia?" said Lucy. "This is Narnia," said the fawn. "All the land between the lamppost and the great castle of Paravel. And how have you got here?" "I got in through the wardrobe in the spare room," said Lucy. "Ah," said Mr. Thomas, "if I had only worked harder at geography when I was a little fawn, I should no doubt know all about those strange countries." "But they aren't countries at all," said Lucy, almost laughing. "It is only just back there. At least, I'm not sure it is summer there." Meanwhile, said Mr. Thomas, it is winter in Narnia, and has been for ever so long. We shall both catch cold if we stand here talking in the snow. Lucy, daughter of Eve, from the fair city of Wardrobe, in the far land of Spareum, will you come and have tea with me? Thank you very much, said Lucy, who was feeling a little hungry. But I can't stay long. I should be getting back soon. My cave is only just around the corner, said the fawn. And if you take my arm, I shall be able to hold this umbrella over both of us. And so Lucy found herself walking arm in arm with Mr. Thomas, and if they had known each other all their lives. They had not gone far before Mr. Thomas led Lucy into one of those nicest caves she had ever seen. There was a carpet on the dry stone floor and 2 chairs. Lucy and the fawn sat in the chairs next to the cheerful fire and had wonderful tea. There was a nice brown egg, lightly boiled, for each of them, then sardines on toast, then buttered toast, then toast with honey, and finally sugar-topped cake. When Lucy couldn't take a bite more, Fawn began to tell her wonderful tales about life in the forest. He told her about the nymphs who lived in the wells and the dryads who lived in the trees. He told her about the milk-white stag who could give you wishes if you caught him. He told her about the treasures of the red dwarves who lived in the caverns, and he began to play a tune. Far beneath the forest floor. Then he took a little flute and began to play a tune that made Lucy want to cry and laugh and dance and go to sleep all at the same time. Mr. Thomas, shouted Lucy in his ear, stop it at once. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. A great fawn like you, what on earth are you crying about? I am crying because I am such a bad fawn, said Mr. Thomas. I am in the pay of the White Witch. The White Witch? Who is she? Asked Lucy. Why is it she who has got all Narnia under her thumb? It's she who makes it always winter and never Christmas. Think of that. How awful, said Lucy. But what does she pay you for? I am a kidnapper